Welcome to Wealth Wednesday. I'm Neal Watson, and today we're asking a question on the minds of a lot of people. Can you still retire in a chaotic market? My friend Todd Kemple joins me today, and we're going to talk about that next. Hello, welcome back to Wealth Wednesday. It's our bi-weekly show designed to help you make better decisions about money. If you'd like to catch up on past episodes, visit our YouTube channel at Commonwealth Financial. And if you'd like more information about our firm, you can find us on the web at cfswv.com. Between the stock market and economic uncertainty, it's no wonder people nearing retirement are wondering if they can retire. Joining me today is my friend Todd Kemple, an advisor in Wheeling, West Virginia, who's helped many clients through some of the most volatile times. Todd, thanks for being with us. Let's jump in. When clients ask you, is now a bad time to retire? How do you usually respond?
Well, Neal, this is very timely given that I plan to retire here at the end of this year. So I'm feeling some emotions that I haven't really felt before, Neal, given what's going on currently. But it's a great question, and it circles back to preparation. The markets might feel chaotic and are at times, but with the right strategies, like managing withdrawals, tax planning, and having a solid income floor, retiring can now still be completely doable, Neal.
So one strategy people often use when the stock market is on its bipolar days like it has been is using a cash buffer, or even some people call it a bucket strategy. How does that work?
Absolutely. The idea here behind this concept is to keep you from having to sell stocks or other investments when a market is in a downturn. So what we do is carve out maybe 1 to 4 years worth of essential expenses and keep that in cash or a cash-like asset class. That way, if the market drops, you're not forced to sell things at a lower level than what you normally would. This strategy can also allow your accounts to recover then from any temporary declines that take place.
Yeah, it adds a lot of breathing room. And I found that having that buffer also can lower stress for clients and help them sleep better at night as well. Let's shift to income. In today's flexibility is a big key. What are some ways people can rethink their income sources?
Well, one of the hot topics in that area, Neal, is approaching retirement, the idea of maxing Social Security benefits. And every year that you wait past age 62 gives you a bigger monthly benefit. At full retirement age, you have your quote normal benefit. If you wait every year past full retirement age, up to age 70 to start those benefits, you get an 8% increase each year. And at age 70, it's capped with no further increases, and that gets you the maximum possible amount. Keep in mind that when the right time to take that is dependent upon more than just maximizing the amount of income, though, per se. You may start with that strategy in mind, but if your savings take a big hit from a market decline, you may need to reduce your stress and begin the Social Security benefits sooner than maybe you had originally planned, Neal.
Yeah, right. Retirement doesn't have to be a cliff that you fall off of. It can be somewhat gradual as well. Some people that we encounter want to work part-time in a lower stress role, and that can ease the stress on your accounts from market declines as well. Todd, what is a common mistake you see people making in these volatile markets?
Neal, it's been repeated over and over again, and that's making moves based upon emotions of the moment. Some people will panic. They'll make wild changes to their investment portfolio, and it's being done without any real thought or basically thought about what that longer term position may be. And what I have witnessed many, many times is people also start withdrawing too aggressively without a plan in place. And so this is where an advisor makes a huge difference. If you have a solid financial plan in place and the markets are dropping, then you can easily look and see, based upon current values, what that impact may or may not be to your retirement plans. And in most cases, for most of our clients, it isn't that critical of an issue in the short run, Neal. Without a plan, though, you are guessing at what the impact may be to these decisions, and it's just real frustrating for me over the years to watch people do that um, without thinking about and looking at exploring those longer term consequences, Neal. So the plan with an advisor who brings less emotion to that conversation than what we might be feeling individually makes a critical difference, I feel, over the long term for a client.
Yeah. And, we've always talked about it's not timing the market, it's time in the market. And when you have a good plan laid out in front of you, you can manage these declines that we see from time to time fairly easily without having a big long-term impact. Todd, one thing I know we both do and have done for quite some time is stress test these retirement plans. Why is that so valuable?
Well, it's interesting. I go back and look at what my father did, um, doing financial plans basically on a modular basis by hand, and it's just incredible what we can do with the software now, especially the last several years. So we can model impacts of big big declines, especially early in retirement, because that's where the biggest impact can occur, Neal. We can show what a downturn like what happened in '08 can have on your retirement income. And if things hold up, then you can take that step into retirement with a lot of confidence. But the planning and the ability to illustrate is our friend here in this issue, Neal.
Yeah, and the tools that we have are really kind of incredible for a nerdy guy like me. I used to build them by hand on spreadsheets and things like that, and it's just so much easier to show so many different things. Todd, you can retire in a chaotic market. Do you have any final thoughts today?
Yes, the reality here is that we get caught in such short-term time frame focuses and driven by a 24-hour news cycle. And keep in mind that we're looking at the median age, I believe, for retirement in this country is 62, Neal, and mortality is what, around 80, early 80s. So we're looking at 20 plus years after the average person retires. And we don't want to be making short term decisions based upon short term market trends when we're looking at a couple of decades or longer in terms of our income needs. So please get a financial plan in place and work with an advisor to make sure you don't make these kind of common mistakes that we see happen all too often, Neal.
The answer is yes, you can still retire in a chaotic market, but it requires planning wisely. And if you want to help stress testing your plan or just want a second opinion, Todd, myself, and the Commonwealth team can help you with that. Visit our website at cfswv.com. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a future episode. Thanks for watching today. We'll see you next time.